Zola ngwela o veteronugu, ako itabua. Ako do talitay na barongo na Bula FM, nambando na seri.
Bula, ang gono ilutoka do talita ka ng Bula FM berarti nambando na seri.
Ni Bula binaka, nandraking ko sa Bula FM nga. Na kasi.
Nalang ko sa mundo active ng Bula FM nambando na seri nusuri.
Ni Bula binaka, nalang ko Jerry, yang melambasa. Do barongo nga ng Bula FM, nambando.
Bula FM, nambando na seri.
In the news tonight, cruise tourism hits high waves in Fiji. Potholes continue to create problems. And teachers reminded about new beginnings.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Fiji's cruise ship industry recorded a major growth with annual arrival quadrupling over the past 8 years. The International Finance Corporation assessment revealed that the cruise tourism raked in $21.4 million last year alone. Koroi Tandalala reports the study reveals more tourism to Fiji could lead to an added $43.98 million in the near future.
The Minister for Trade and Tourism highlighted the massive growth experienced by the cruise ship industry and its impact on the larger tourism industry at the launch of the report this afternoon.
For Fiji in 2018, we received a record 187,890 cruise passengers, which was approximately 2% increase compared to 2017. In terms of the earnings from cruise passengers, Fiji noted a record 111.3 million in 2018 as compared to 10.4 million in 2017.
IFC Operations and Tourism Officer Jesse McComb says with Fiji leading the tourism sector in the region, the assessment report will provide a major economic growth for the country if some of its recommendations are considered.
The cruise industry globally and in Fiji is really growing rapidly, and there's a key opportunity for the Fijian tourism sector and the government to really benefit more from the cruise industry. The reason that we did this study, one is because we've done this before in other Pacific islands, and we saw an opportunity to replicate the methodology here with a country that is a leader in tourism in the region.
ATS Pacific General Manager Leigh Howard hopes Fiji is ready for an increase in tourism arrival in the future as new cruise ships will soon hit the water.
We're going to see now more frequent services coming to Fiji, and essentially that will put Fiji on a 7-day cruise program. So we'll see more ships, we'll see bigger ships, and also we'll see multiple ships at port at the same time.
The total economic impact of cruise tourism in Fiji is estimated at $90.8 million. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
We now join Koroi Tandulala live. Koroi, some big news for the future for Fiji announced today.
Thanks, Jackie. Just to break down some of the information that was highlighted in the report that was launched today, now 239,270 people arrived into the country by cruise ship last year and disembarking at 5 key ports, and these being Suva, Lautoka, Denarau, Savu-Savu and Ravuni Islands. Looking at the overall impact of the cruise ship sector onto our tourism industry for 2018, indirect impact was estimated at $46.6 million. Now, the assessment also highlighted that Suva receives 40% of cruise ship calls, while Lautoka receives 24%. On average, one cruise ship voyage into the country rakes in $305,000 in direct expenditure. However, majority of the spendings and income generated from the cruise ship sector was actually from people, spending in our local market, and also this is in tourism sector as well. Now, this year, Fiji anticipates 100 cruise ship calls in 5 major ports that was highlighted earlier, and despite these being lower from compared to last year's, the difference is being in the size of ship. This year's bigger ships actually docked on our main port of entries here in Fiji. Now, as was mentioned earlier, the tourism sector can expect a major boost in the future in the next decade or so, as the Trade and Tourism Ministry is considering to take on board some of the recommendations that was highlighted in the report. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Koroi. Fiji Roads Authority maintenance contractors have been trying to lift their game in rectifying the poor road surfaces around the country. FRA Chief Executive Jonathan Moore has issued warnings, reminding the contractors to fix the potholes or their contracts will be reconsidered. Apanisa Wangarandova reports contractors were busy filling potholes around Suva today.
The FRA says that bad road surfaces are affecting many motorists and reiterates there will be no mercy for contractors who are not performing.
The condition of the road is very poor, and the performance of our contractor down there, RPA, is not good at all at the moment. So we've had discussions, they've committed to actually rectify the situation, they need to do so.
Moore says time will be given and contractors are expected to give in their best to the job.
If our contractors don't perform the way they need to perform, then we will make changes. It's quality of the running surface on the road that bothers me. If we don't rectify these situations in good time, then the deterioration of the road increases, it accelerates. So I say it's not acceptable, and our contractors have been told, put it right in the next few days, otherwise there will be significant changes.
Meanwhile, some motorists are annoyed with the present road conditions, but others are more understanding.
No, the contractors, the road is not good, not fit for the car. And the contractors, the road contractors, they've been assigned to do the work. I think they are not doing it to the best of their level. The road is very bad.
Pathetic, it's deteriorating day by day. And what I have seen from my personal experience, the contractors are just wasting their time and our money. Because, for an example, if you take a street and there's about 15 potholes, they only patch about 6 or 7 and leave the rest around.
I believe the road workers, they're doing a very good job. They're doing hard work. However, I feel at times that I wish there was a permanent solution to the road conditions or the repairs that they do, so that whenever it rains, we can see the potholes coming out again.
The FRA has confirmed that some contractors have been warned that failure to perform will lead them to losing their contract. Apanisa Wangarandova, FBC News.
Appropriate steps have been taken at our main port of entry to contain the spread of measles after a former Fiji citizen arrived in the country with symptoms of the disease. With the measles outbreak in New Zealand now slowly spreading across the Pacific region, the Health Ministry is doubling its efforts to prevent the disease from entering the country. Koroi Tandolala reports.
The Health Ministry so far has been successful in ensuring the measles outbreak in New Zealand does not wreak havoc on our island nation.
We had a former Fiji citizen coming through to Fiji, and on arrival she was noted to have symptoms and signs of measles. Together with her and the family, appropriate steps were done to ensure that this was not spread, and so far we've kept it at that.
With measles outbreak now becoming a regional concern, the Fiji Medical Association is advising mothers and parents-to-be to get their children vaccinated to prevent a repeat of the 1835 outbreak.
In Fiji it's given at 12 months. Basically why is to allow the seroconversion or the immunity to be conveyed to our children. So we can afford not to give immunization up to 12 months, and when they're given the vaccine at 12 months, then the seroconversion rates are great so that a child's immunity is maximized.
The Health Minister says they're closely monitoring the spread of the disease in the region and devising measures to counter its reach.
We're trying as much as possible not to have a measles outbreak in Fiji. We've seen the effects that's happening in other countries around the Pacific.
Meanwhile, the Fiji futsal team is currently being held over in New Caledonia over fears they may have contracted measles or the rubella virus over the weekend. Koroi Tandolala, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama is calling on teachers to live up to the resources and reforms provided to them. Opening the Teachers' Quarters and Early Childhood Education Centre at Nambukaluka District School in Naitasiri yesterday, Bainimarama says the teaching profession today is being paid more compared to previous years. Kelly Vavalo reports.
As Prime Minister, I assure you, education will always remain free in this country.
Investment in the education sector continues to be a priority for the Fijian government.
The teaching profession today is paying more than ever. It is opening doors of opportunity, and it is being backed by resources and structural reform to improve service delivery. I challenge all Fijian teachers to live up to this support that my government is providing them. We've raised the bar, and we need you to meet it for the sake of Fijian students and Fiji's future.
The Prime Minister says they want to make sure that students reach the highest level of education.
When it comes to funding that effort, we don't think about whether a school is government-owned or privately owned. We support every school and every student that needs our help.
He adds it's crucial teachers get the best of facilities that would in turn have an impact on the quality of education delivered to children.
With the comfort and security of proper housing, your teachers can focus on what matters most, which is teaching.
Meanwhile, the PM also officiated at the opening of the teachers' quarters at Navuso Primary School. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
A tsunami evacuation drill was held for schools in Vatuanga Suva today to test our readiness. 1,720 students took part in the drill along with emergency responders. Edwin Nunn reports.
These students from 4 primary schools in Vatuanga Suva practiced their evacuation procedures today.
It is essential and critical that investment is made in early warning systems, resilient infrastructure and education of our citizens in knowing what to do when they receive a tsunami.
The schools participating are the Fiji School for the Blind, Mahatma Gandhi Memorial School, St. Marcelin Primary School and Maris Champagne Institute. Students walked to the nearest designated evacuation center, which is the Technical College in Nambua, Suva.
We want to test the school's tsunami response plan, and we also want to test the evacuation between the NDMO, the mineral resources, and the heads of schools, and also our first responders.
The early warning system installed along the Suva Peninsula was also tested during the drill. Similar exercises will be held with other schools, businesses and communities who are in tsunami threat zones. Edwin Nand, FBC News.
Up ahead, new jobs found following fair and automatic traffic lights to go live. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic.
The trial of a man and woman charged in the death of Rusiate Vakalakovi continued in the Suva High Court today. 35-year-old Nor Ravutanasau and 25-year-old Melavi Tikumararatonga each face 1 count of murder. Catherine Krishna reports.
State witness taxi driver Dharmendra Prasad told the court he had seen the deceased fighting with a man and woman. He saw Vakalakovi on the ground struggling to get up, and his passenger then helped him into a nearby police vehicle. He said Vakalakovi was not bleeding at that time, but kept saying he was hurt. Another witness, Filimoni Benivalu, then a security officer at the Dolphins Plaza, took the stand to testify he had heard noise outside and looked to see 3 people fighting. He said he was 15 meters away and saw them exchanging punches. Police had earlier stated that 30-year-old Vakalakovi was heavily intoxicated when picked up outside a nightclub and rushed to the CWM hospital. After he left the hospital, he was found lying motionless beyond the hospital premises. The trial continues tomorrow. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
The man who is alleged to have murdered a Nandi family and dumped their bodies in the Nausori Highlands has pleaded not guilty to the charges. New Zealand resident Mohammed Rahish Isuf is charged with 5 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. The prosecution has asked the Lautoka High Court for more time to file the proposed agreed facts. It's alleged that between 25th and 26th of August this year, Isuf murdered carpenter Nirmal Kumar, his 54-year-old wife Usha Devi, their 34-year-old daughter Nileshni Kajal, and her 2 daughters Sana aged 11 and Samara aged 8. The case will be called again on the 19th of November. Over 100 people were able to find work or attachment with organizations and companies following the National Job Fair. Held in April this year, the inaugural event provided the opportunity for young people and job seekers to meet with companies and training institutions in the hope of finding a job or furthering their education. Lena Rees has more.
After the successful two-day event, the Ministry of Employment is now working to confirm the final number of young people who were able to find job placement.
With 2,500 students and job seekers that were registered during the 2 days, we had the job fair. And in the job fair, we had 30 employers that set up their booths. And we had the NGOs as well, and a few training institutions. It was a very successful event.
The Fiji Higher Education Commission says that one of the core areas of its framework is linkages to employment, and this is how Fiji's first national job fair was initiated.
We knew it was a success. There were quite a number that were interviewed and were offered jobs on the spot, and some got jobs after the fair.
The Employment Ministry says it is now planning to hold next year's event in the Western Division. Lena Rees, FBC News.
Within 18 months, the Fiji Roads Authority will be switching to an automatic traffic light system. The move is expected to sync the traffic lights in the Central Eastern Division that are currently controlled manually by the FRA staff. The staff have to alter the switches on various control boxes located near these lights on a regular basis, and the FRA admits this is problematic as some traffic lights change in a short span of time. Chasai Nanunga reports.
The current method used by the Fiji Roads Authority to control the traffic signals aims to allow maximum traffic flow.
So you'll find in some situations, many of the signals that will be on Queen's Road or King's Road will have maybe 70% of the time green along King's and Queen's Road. The other 30% is divided on the other directions across King's and Queen's Road. And that's because we need to get traffic moving through. It's an anti-congestion measure.
Once the automatic system is installed, it will be operated from a standard control room.
Currently, the hardware that's used, that means the hardware means the actual lights, can't be operated through a system called SCATS. And SCATS is a system that automatically changes and can be controlled from a central control room.
Most Fijians have welcomed the move made by FRA.
I think it's a good move by FRA for that initiative in putting up the computerized traffic system.
Automatic traffic light is good because some of the times our lights are green and there is no cars, so it's just wasting of the time.
The new automatic system will prioritize a one-direction traffic flow during peak hours in an effort to reduce congestion on our roads. Jose Nununga, FBC News.
Family and friends today gathered in Ba to say their last goodbyes to prominent businessman Daniel Elisha. Elisha, who passed away in New Zealand last month due to illness, was a well-known name in Fiji. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Remembering the life of one of the most successful businessmen in Ba, Daniel Elisha, hundreds came together to farewell him.
Dan was a founding member and president of our A Club. This club was formed in view of assisting the needy ones and, of course, to meet and greet, have some fun, some dirty jokes, and sometimes some serious discussion about the development of Ba Town. On a personal note, I have known Dan for nearly 30 years and came to depend on him for his advice, his loyalty, and his friendship.
The 72-year-old, who was the owner of Elisha Engineering, was also involved in a number of projects around Ba.
Every once in a while, we come across a person in our lives who comes to genuinely admire and respect. Daniel was such a person. Many found him an enigma.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama, Attorney General Ayaset Kayum, and Minister for Employment Pravin Bala were also present along with other government's representatives. Elisha was laid to rest at Varandoli in Ba and is survived by his wife and 5 children. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
And it's business time now with Kelly.
Thanks, Jackie. Coming up after the break, will women off to Expo? And in growing Fiji, price change boosts dairy farmers. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot.
Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's number 1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग कल मिर्ची FM सुनता. गौल टाउन तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Leading business, 40 women have been chosen to represent the province of Mbua in the 2020 National Women's Expo in Suva. The women were chosen following an impressive display of their craft during the Andi Mbua Festival last week. Eleanor Torangavi reports.
The standard and quality of handicraft made by the women of the Mbua province continues to improve.
Say that I'm really pleased with the quality of handicrafts that keep on developing every year.
The two-day Andi Mbua Festival last week was an opportunity for the women of the 9 districts in the province to showcase their handicraft. The best ones get to go to the National Women's Expo in Suva next year.
I've already seen most of the developments of our handicrafts in Mbua. Mostly I've seen the development of kuta itself. Instead of just focusing on mats, they have went on to weave baskets. It is really up to that standard.
During the festival, competitions were also held on how to make handicraft from coconut leaves, pandanus and kuta or reeds.
9 Kikinas in the Mbua province, they have their own traditional knowledge on handicraft, how they're creative, how they create things in the traditional way of doing things here in Mbua. And that's what we want to revive.
The 40 women will join the 75 others from the Madhuwata and the Kaunrave provinces to represent the Northern Division at the 2020 Expo. Eleanor Turangai, FBC News.
And Sinifa is now here with the latest from the money market.
The US dollar rose against the yen today. Thanks to growing optimism, the US and China are on the verge of reaching a preliminary agreement to scale back their bruising trade war. Both countries slapped tariffs on each other's goods in a trade war that has dragged on for 16 months and raised the danger of global recession. Any progress in resolving the row could potentially boost the dollar and riskier assets, ease concern about the economic outlook, and reduce the need for aggressive monetary easing. The yen and Swiss franc, 2 currencies often bought as safe havens in times of economic or political strife, showed losses as investors became more comfortable taking on risk. The Aussie dollar traded near its lowest in about a week before the Reserve Bank of Australia meeting today. Monetary policy is likely to be kept steady, but an accompanying statement may provide clues to how much further rates might fall. That's all from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sinifa. Here today's exchange rates as set this morning. The Fiji dollar remained strong, showing gains against all the currencies we cover, with the exception of the Chinese yuan and the US greenback, as both rose with word the two nations might find an agreement to ease trade war. The commodities market was mixed today. Oil price continued up, passing $56 per barrel. Gold fell to $1,505 per ounce, and silver closed down at $17.98 per ounce. The price change that dairy farmers received earlier this year has increased farmers' interest to invest in producing more milk. Fiji Cooperative Dairy Company Limited CEO Simon Cole highlighted this following their 5th annual general meeting in Nosori. Cole also noted that one of the factors contributing to FSDCL's profitable year in 2018 was management's ability to cut costs, with profits channeled back to the farmers. The meeting was attended by close to 180 shareholders from the Navua, Tailevu and Neitasiri areas, as well as stakeholders from key agencies.
This has been one of the most positive meetings we've had for a long time, and I think goes back to the price change earlier this year that our farmers received.
And that's it from Business Tonight. Jamie joins you now with the latest from sports.
Thanks, Gillian. Good evening. Coming up in sports, Australian horse reigns on home track, and cohesion lacking in women's football team. There's some more coming up.
Natango merea maramani waya manatu sawa weti kitu tunde nandi ya ndo marata kana baronga na radio Fijuan.
Yawa asna datili yawa mara Monica. Tondo baronga vale bunar domo ibiti lambasa.
Bula natango aprosan garse ngor kraki do televio na baronga na radio Fijuan na domo ibiti. Bang natango tsane bukia ngoni na mosi am do telita kana baronga na radio Fijuan na domo ibiti su.
Radio Fijuan na domo.
Australian horse Vow and Declare staved off the competition to win the Melbourne Cup this afternoon. Upstaging the favoured international entrants, Vow and Declare's victory handed jockey Craig Williams the Grand Slam of the Cup, Cox Plate, Caulfield Cup and Golden Slipper.
From Murder Glass next behind those horses, Southern France and Downdraft, Master of Reality at the top of the straight went for home at the 400 metres. Vow and Declare back to the inside, two legs Prince of Arran, then came Hunting Hornhill Paradiso late, Master of Reality with Vow and Declare on the inside, then Prince of Arran, Raymond Tusk Finch, it's Master of Reality, Vow and Declare up on the inside, Vow and Declare, Prince of Arran is lifting late with Il Paradiso, Master of Reality just in front, Vow and Declare kicks, Vow and Declare's won it for Australia. They're on top of the world. Beats Prince of Arran, Il Paradiso in a photo finish and Master of Reality, a classic cup.
No, I was just lucky enough to sit on Vow and Declare. Vow and Declare. Credit to Danny O'Brien, Matt Arrington, who's actually let all the people through social media get involved with this horse's preparation. Ben, I don't want to name everyone in the stable, but without all their hard work, we don't have this horse. Danny O'Brien's got a fantastic story with him that no one... Thank you very much, guys. And it was a privilege to ride him today.
Flying Fijians forward Leone Nakarawa has yet to return to his French club Racing 92. French media reports that Nakarawa was supposed to return to France 2 weeks after Fiji's exit from the Rugby World Cup. Melrose Cup winning coach Wayne Pivak replaces Warren Gatland as the Wales 15s coach. The New Zealand Sevens side arrived in the country last night for the Oceania Sevens this weekend. The team will use the tournament to blood new players and prepare for the start of the World Seven Series. Save Wanga with this report.
3 new players will make their debut for New Zealand at the Oceania Sevens.
So the 3 boys we've brought in are from Might Have 10 competition. So Jamie Spolwart from Tasman, Taylor Hoff from Otago, and Tarangatira Waitukia from Manawatu. So the 3 of them have come in. So they only arrived on Friday, done 1 training, then jumped on the flights on Monday. So they've got a little bit of content to get in their heads, but they're going really well so far. Laidlaw says senior players such as Tim Mickelson, Scott Curry and Kurt Baker have been helping the new players develop. Yeah, they're going good, so that's their job, isn't it? The 3 senior guys, 3 leaders, so their job's to educate the younger players on how we roll as a group on and off the field, so that's their job. And they've all had, a bit of a injury-prone season last year, so getting some really good game time into them this weekend will be key. Meanwhile, New Zealand Sevens captain Scott Curry says their focus for this weekend is to build the side for Dubai and Cape Town.
I guess the challenge for us is to build to be ready to roll in Dubai. This tournament isn't really about winning for us. Every time we put on the jersey, we go out there to play to win, but it's not really the main goal of the weekend. It's really to get a bit of game time so that when we hit Dubai, we're ready to roll. New Zealand is pooled with Fiji, Japan Development, New Caledonia and Niue. They will meet New Caledonia on Thursday in their first pool match of the Oceania Sevens at the ANZ Stadium in Suva. Save Wanga, FBC Sports.
Fiji Football Association competitions manager Amitesh Pal says measles tests on the Tongan futsal team have been conducted and they are now waiting for results. He says with the tests in New Caledonia, things weren't clear, hence the results will be sent to France for further examination. POTHOLE has assured the team is well and has been accommodated by the same hotel they were in from the beginning of the tournament. He says the players are in constant contact with their families and Fiji FA is bearing the cost of their extended stay in New Caledonia.
The situation is beyond our control, and whatever the health ministry says, and we have to abide by that, because they are trying to avoid a possible catastrophe, I would say, if measles come in Fiji.
Navo women's football rep Asivina Varau says a major struggle for their team is the lack of cohesion between young and senior players. Varau has been part of the team for over 10 years and claims she has noticed the younger players lack discipline in terms of respecting their seniors. Maria Begum with the story.
The Navua rep believes the lack of cooperation between the players will always lead to the downfall of the team.
Before, when we started playing, was good. Like, we all respected all the team members, we respect each other. We listen to our coaches. Like, nowadays we play with our young players. So sometimes it's hard to control them to listen to us. Sometimes they're in a good mood, they listen to us.
The youngest member of the team, 13-year-old Katarina Lele, is an example of what should be expected from young members of the teams. Lele believes senior members of the team know best on what should be done.
Respect each other and do not let your anger take control of you.
At such a tender age, Lele has already set the benchmark for young players like herself, which will in turn contribute to the development of women football in Fiji. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
A place in the Oceania Cup's Pool A will be at stake in the Fiji-Mbati match against Papua New Guinea on Saturday. If the Mbati lose by more than 22 points, they'll forfeit a Pool A promotion to play against Tier 1 teams. Coach Brandon Costin says their aim is to make the final of the 2021 World Cup after being semi-finalist in 2008, 2013 and 2017.
The key areas we need to work on are defence. We need to restrict them from scoring points. We need to work together in our defensive line and stay in control.
The Mbati take on Papua New Guinea 4:20 Saturday afternoon. That's it from sports tonight. In Weird and the Wonderful after the break, some advice on the best beverage to drink in an airplane. That's coming up.
हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम देता है लेबू और रेडियो फीजी में हरदम सुनता है, बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोते सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है, हम लोग रेडियो फीजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम, नंबर 1 रेडियो।
कुमार सानी नाइक है, गोंगवा लेबू लटोका, रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
कुमार नकाफी में रहता है, रेडियो फीजी 2 सुनता है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
Angie joins us now with the latest in weather.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Hope your Tuesday went well. We had more clouds than usual, but these clouds cleared way for afternoon sunshine. In other exciting news, Christmas is in 50 days. Hopefully this weather continues till year end. Now looking at the west, it was both dry and bright. Eastwards from Pack Harbour to Suva, little cloudy with light showers in prediction for tonight. And up north, it was cloudy with patches of rain slowly passing by. At sea, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate seas. For the tides, high tide tonight at 8:33 and low tide at 2:36 a.m. Sunrise will be at 6:25. Now looking at tomorrow, it looks bright, which is such a right indication, especially for midweek. Tomorrow stems, are you tired of all the heat and want some coolness? Then Suva is the place to be at 28 degrees. And looking further on to Thursday, you can gradually start pulling your raincoats and umbrellas out of your closet as rain will pass by to say hello. And that's all the weather from the Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse, we asked, is there a need for more fire hydrants to be installed around the country?
no fire hydrant in the areas. So the fire trucks, they can't load the water, so they get late.
I think there should be more fire hydrants so that it will be more easier for the firefighters when they do come.
Yes, there should be more fire hydrants in those areas.
The equipment should be stored in most places.
Yes, there should be more in the places.
Yes, I agree with the suggestion. There should be more fire hydrants in the houses, in the housing, whereby there are too many houses close by. That's for the public safety.
Cruise tourism hits high waves in Fiji. Potholes continue to create problems. An Australian horse wins Melbourne Cup on home track. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question we're asking: should we have a nationwide measles vaccination campaign? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day: a tourist cruise liner heading back after a brief stop at the Suva Wharf. The picture was captured in Nasese. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, via Facebook page FBC News, our Twitter page at FBC_news, or hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from POTHOLE. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot. Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's #1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है। हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची FM सुनता। गोल्ड टाउन तावा में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा।
Mirchi FM, it's hot.